you're about to see is some footage that I found that was on the GoPro. Obviously, I'm doing all these highlight videos at the moment. I've just put out November one. I was trying to work on the December one, and I found this this footage that was stored on the GoPro or on its card. I put it in a little folder months ago to be used and completely forgotten about it. So this is hopefully a quick video that I can put out with a little bit of an update. Do you remember, I can't remember which week it was, but I did mention I was making something, I was wood turning something for some friends of ours. It was to be a gift. I couldn't really reveal what it was, just in case somebody watched it who shouldn't. Well, everybody should watch it, but yeah, you get the idea. Well, this is the making of that gift. It also happened to be about the same time that a hurricane hit this part of the world, this part of the UK. I think it was October, maybe early November. I'm basing this on the fact that I was making the egg cup ready to be sent down here for December, middle of December. Just couldn't remember. But if I add all this footage to the December highlight video, it's going to be quite long, and it's also out of sequence. So I figured I'd just make a shorter video just showing the making of these egg cups for the people that were gifted to, who it was a gift for, etc. And just because the footage of me walking around in a hurricane seemed okay. No, this one might be interesting. I mean, it's the first major storm we'd had that winter. It happened before all the snow happened. It was a major issue. We ended up having to go out to the back garden and disassemble trampoline and tie that down and like storm lash the house because yeah, it was quite worrying. You know, the strength of the wind, and that hadn't even actually arrived yet. This was just the preliminary winds that we were getting. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. We're going to pick up literally after the point where I'd said I'm making this thing, these teacups out of this piece of wood. I'm literally just putting the wood onto the lathe, and we'll have a short session of me just making these items for some people. Hopefully I can find the footage of where I finished it as well. So as I said earlier, I switched over to the GoPro. I put it on my chest like this, a bit like we did for Imi. This is probably going to be the easiest way that I can show what I'm doing whilst wood turning without endangering the really good camera and filling it up with dust. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to cut this in half until I've made it circular. It'll save a heck of a lot of time to rough out the shape if I do them both at the same time. And then the fundamental shape of the egg cups is going to be the same size, or near as damn it. Now before anybody says anything, I am not an expert at this. I've never received any training for it. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I am completely self-taught. So I will probably be doing things wrong in the eyes of somebody who may know what they're doing. So bear this in mind, I know nothing. First thing I'm going to do obviously is find the centre of my piece of wood. And this is called a centre finder. And what I'm going to do is score a line here. Basically where the lines cross over is the centre from the corner. Normally the maximum you really need is 3, so that you can make a triangle and then obviously go into the centre of the triangle. But if you're using a square piece of wood, it seems to work like this. Oh, sorry, jacket's in the way. Yeah. I think I've got this mounted low enough that my beard doesn't get in the way now as well. That didn't help. As that grips it on there. I'll crank this up so that's tight. Oh, actually, I think that's part way. Ah, it is. Right, wind that back in. You'll also see that most of this gear is covered in rust. That's because my last workshop leaked like a sieve, no matter what I did to try and stop it. Hopefully this new workshop won't leak like a sieve for a little while yet, at least. And I'll have a chance to clean all the rust off of these items I have here. and preserve their life for a good long time to come. At least that's what I'm hoping to do. That's done up now, good and tight. So as long as this turns, always do this bit by hand, manually. Never turn it on and just hope that it misses. It's a really good way to break something. Sometimes you get a piece of wood that's completely off-centered and you can't turn it very quickly at all. That is absolute maximum speed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on, because some of these lumps when they come off are going quite fast. I'll just so sound might change a little bit. I can barely see what I'm doing. So you can see that's very quickly starting to go round. If I just stop that. See all these big chips coming off of it. This is what you need. This means it chisels sharp. But you can see I've got quite some way to go. But that's what I'm doing. I'm basically taking the corners off of it. Right, so now you can see I'm getting very, very close to having this round. Obviously some sides may get a bit closer to it quicker than the others, but it will eventually end up being round. Alright, so let's keep going. Oh yeah, what did you think of the extreme close-ups just then? I started off with it on my wrist here, and then I put it actually on the chisel. So as you were riding the chisel with it, can't wait to see that footage back actually. Basically so very nearly there. Actually, I didn't mention before, this is not something that I've tried before, making two matching things. You know, trying to make them as close to identical as possible. Never tried it before. It's going to take a little bit of doing for me because, as I say, something new. But even though I've got a little bit left here and a little bit here and a little bit there as well, I'm probably as close as I'm going to try and get, mainly because I'm obviously trying to use or try and make the egg cups a decent size, or a usable size I should say. So yeah, we'll see. I might take a little bit more off because it is so damn close, and then obviously I'm going to cut it in half. Called a feeler gauge, this, I believe. And basically, so that end is ever so slightly thicker than that end. You just literally go one line. Hey! What I think I'll probably do is go next door and make a bandsaw or something, anything that might be easier than a handsaw. Ooh, what do we have here? It's very much like a bandsaw. Wonder how it works. Ah! Wonder if it works. Should do. It's one of Dad's anyway. Is it turned on? that would be a no. Should I tell him? Right, okay. He's got hand saws that are better than mine. Oh, come on. Oh, crying out loud. Oh. Oh, ever so slightly off of a straight line. It's a little bit unorthodox, I know. Right. Back to my shed. Oh yeah, tea. Right. What do you think? Obviously, cut the base off about here. Yeah, somewhere close to there. Just need to level off the end here. And sculpt out a bit in the middle. This may not go so well because there's a little bit of unevenness. But turn on dust extractor as well, haven't I? Floor's got a bit quiet. Oh shit. And that's what can happen. And there you see the dangerous side of wood turning. Not too sure how much deeper I'm going to take this. I just ran inside quick and got an egg. It's rather a large egg, I have to say. So I bought large eggs for breakfast, basically. But yeah, I think that's sitting in there quite well. So what I've just done is I've gone over the inside and the outside of these of this using scrapers. This is a round scraper, obviously, and you can use it to really get inside something like this. And because it's got a much more rounded shape to it, unlike something like a bowl gouge like this, you can see the difference here. You can really get rid of any chisel marks and just finish off the surface. So it really speeds up the whole sanding process. You're not sitting there trying to sand out chisel marks all the time. You're basically smoothing the way quite a lot. As you can see, the grain on this is relatively open. I don't think that this is mahogany at all. I've got no idea what this wood is. There's no label on it, and I'm not all that good at identifying the woods. But either way, once I've sanded that down, that's going to look hopefully quite nice. So I'm as happy as I'm going to be with the shape and design of it and the fit of the egg into the egg cup. As you can see, it's got quite a solid fit. And you put it in that way. I'm assuming that everybody puts the fat end of their egg in there, because that's what I do, but yeah, there you go. And I'm hoping that a slightly smaller egg will sit down slightly further into it. Alright, this tool is called an arbor. You can see the head rotates like that, and it's got a velcro pad that you can stick sanding paper to, basically. And the idea is that you can put it on here like this and sand, but as this spins like this, it turns the pad. And it gives a better finish, because if I just stood here with a piece of sandpaper and touched it on there like that, you get these straight lines, and this disguises its lines basically. So I'm starting off with a relatively coarse one, and then you work your way down and you polish the wood with them basically. It's quite boring. As you can see, I've gone to the finest grit that I've got, which I think is over 400 grain. But you can really see how polished the wood is now. So basically I've gone from that to that. Now the trick is to get that to look like that. But I think it's midnight now. Yeah, my watch says midnight. I really need to go to bed, but I feel better. I feel a bit more satisfied with the fact that I've done something. The crafty part of my soul is feeling better. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can replicate this, as I say. Yeah, if I put that on my sander, I reckon that will come up quite nicely. Cool. Now I'm just going to make the other one the same size as that one.
About right.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I'll sand those up and get them finished.
And when I've finished, I'll just turn it off a bit.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'll know that for the future.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that, Dad.
Right.
Here we go. Here's both of the egg cups. They've been treated with walnut oil. It has darkened them slightly in appearance, but it does help finish them nicely. Glass smooth bottom on there as well. You can see that shining. The oil will soak in a little bit more. Might need a few more coats once they've started to dry slightly, but these are going to get parcelled up and posted off tomorrow. You can just use any kind of standard walnut oil. It's all the same thing. It'll do the job. It also means that it's dead easy to reapply. So there you go, guys. Really hope that you enjoy this anniversary present, and hope that you have many more breakfasts together. The pieces have been turned from the same piece of wood, so probably not unlike any married couple, turned from the same piece of wood but with their own slight differences, and that's what you'll find with these. They are slightly different in a couple of different ways. mainly because I'm just not that good at making everything uniform. So yeah, enjoy, won't you? Right, this may or may not be a good idea. The storm is due to arrive fairly shortly. Oh, that's nice. Someone's left a dog poop top of our hedgerow. Lovely. I'm trying again to get down this footpath to the Solway. I'm told that it's not too far from where we live to get to the sea, but I've never managed to do it. And we're starting to get some pretty strong gusts of wind, so I'm just going to go down there now with the dog and walk him before it gets any worse, because we may not be able to walk him tomorrow. He really wasn't too keen on being walked earlier either for some reason. But no, I brought the GoPro out just in case it starts to rain hard, and I've got the chest harness so that I can film things and handle the dog. So yeah, let's see what we find. So I'm starting to near the end of Solway Street, the road we live on, and getting a few gusts of wind that are quite strong, whipping the leaves up. Nothing unexpected so far, nothing that you probably won't have experienced before, but from what I understand, just the other side of down here, it starts to open out and be a bit flatter. It drops away. I haven't actually seen this myself yet, so hopefully I will. You see how much the trees are moving down the end here. The mic is probably picking up that wind as well. I'm slowing down a bit because Zach seems to be limping. You alright, mate? How you doing? Doing alright? Want to carry on? Don't worry, mate, it's alright. Just a motorbike. Not a very big one at that either. It's a good boy. Yeah. Okay, the wind is really whipping through the trees now. Getting some real beautiful autumn colours up here, as you can see by this tree here. That's maple. Field maple, I think. That's a beautiful colour. There's a set of steps here I can use. Beautiful smell down here. It always smells like freshly sawn pine because there is tons of freshly sawn pine down here. Here, mate. Up here. Come on. Up you go. You're right. And your own speed, mate. Good fella. I don't know what this pipeline's for, but we're going to be following it now. Hotel I used, yeah, look, we're on top of the pipeline over there. The hotel I used when I stayed up here had some workers living in it who have been working on this pipeline for 5 years and spent the whole time staying at that hotel. Pulling my hood up to make sure I don't get too wet in a minute. Come on, Zach, be alright, mate. Good boy. The wind is really starting to open up here a bit now. Oh yeah, wow, I can see right across the Solway. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can see that there. Wow. Oh, that's what that is. It's quite, well, either side of this pipeline is quite level and flat. You know, if we do get some sort of storm surge up this channel, which I think is reserved a bit more for Ireland at the moment, if we do, yeah, it's become quite some way inland. Look. Woohoo! Oh, looks like the rain's about to hit. Yeah, it's getting a bit wild down here. I just turned the camera off because we'd met up with another dog, and yeah, Zach's all pumped up now. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He was trying to defend me a little bit because they were both in the lead. It's always the best way for two dogs to meet each other for the first time. Yeah, we're starting to get down towards the end of this footpath. I don't know whether the encounters with our two dogs has helped Zach or not, or if the scent of the sea is helping him at all. He knows he's getting close to the water and he likes that. Yeah, he's starting to pull the lead. Get down there. Through the hedgerow. Ah, now you want to go for a walk. Now you know what's down here. Ah, right. Look, there's a path here. Yeah, we can actually get right down to the sideway. Alright, shall we do this then, dog? Doesn't look like there's any livestock down here. Whoa, slow down, mutt, slow down. I can see some sheep, but I think they're in the field over there. Slow down. Wait. Mutt. It looks like everybody else comes out as well. It's really right there. Oh, you found some water to get in, huh? Following this footpath. I'm not going to stray too far from the path because I'm told there's some very fast sand. It's getting quick out there. turn back soon, it'll be getting too dark. I'm about to find my way back off of here, I've never been here before. And hopefully Zach will be a bit more encouraged to go down here next time. I'm going to head back into town. And just like that, the wind has stopped. I'm in a calm bit here. I don't know whether it's because I'm walking at the same speed as the wind's coming up behind me or not. I wouldn't have thought so. It's quite powerful gusts of wind. But it's definitely behind me now. I've let Zach have a bit of a run, so he's a lot happier. He splashed in some water, which he always enjoys. I think this would be a lovely part of the world to come for a walk in regularly. It's going to be forever changing in appearance from day to day, let alone from season to season. Just made it back as far as a sawmill, and that's obviously the blade off of one of their bandsaws. Wow. Right, final stretch home. Yeah, that was windy. Right down there on the Solway, that was really windy. Still, he looks a bit happier. It's amazing how much this hedgerow and these trees are protecting me from the wind right now. I don't know if that's obvious through the camera or not. There's been some very heavy gusts of wind coming through since I started walking back. See the tops of these trees here? Whoa! Those car headlights are probably blocking out the leaves moving in the wind. I think suffice to say there's a hurricane on the way. If the camera's picking up those geese up there, trying to make some headway, but Christ, look at that. Guys, you need to get on the ground. It's starting to make some headway. Alright, and we're back home. Safe and sound.